Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I'm WildSparrowYT and today I'm bringing you something a little bit different. It's something that I have never done on the channel, which is to highlight a personal save, obviously my own personal save. The reason why I'm doing this is because I posted about it on Twitter quite some time ago, and it got a little bit of attention, like a little wee bit of attention, um, mainly because of how long this save has been going. Now, you may be wondering, what do you mean? How long? That's 2009. That was 9 years ago. Here's the thing. I just finished 2009, so I can officially call this my only, therefore my first ever, 12-year TEW save. I've never done this. I've never done a TEW save. So let's get through our current champions. The Cruiserweight champion for the third time is Shinsuke Nakamura. The Intercontinental Championship, also in the possession of Shinsuke Nakamura. He unified them last month. Then we have CM Punk and Chris Jericho on their second Tag Team Championship reign. Mickie James, a two-time women's champion. She won it first in 2007 and then won it back in 2008 after a nice, healthy run with the title on behalf of Melissa, who you know as Cheerleader Melissa or Alyssa Flashback in TNA, and our world champion is Brock Lesnar. Now, this is the only lineage that I'm going to go into some extent of a detail. The other ones I'll just skim over it and highlight the important bits. So let's get this one done. So our inaugural champion was Jushin Thunder Liger. I'm a huge fan. Back in 1997, this was the first championship that we had, I believe. Actually, these three were introduced at the same time. The World, the Tag Team, and the Intercontinental Championship. The Women's Championship came in 2001 in January, and the Cruiserweight Championship in June of the very same year. But our world champions so far have been Jushin Liger, William Regal, Kurt Angle, Bret Hart, and Owen Hart, who had a long feud spanning, let's see, October 2000, a year. They had a year-long feud where they just sort of traded the title between them, getting each other to three championship reigns each. Then Chris Jericho won. Then, in a bit of an upset, our longest reigning Intercontinental Champion ever, CM Punk, took it from Chris Jericho in 2002. Then Adam Copeland won in 03. And CM Punk, The Rock, CM Punk, Shawn Michaels, CM Punk, Kurt Angle, CM Punk. Jushin Liger won the World Championship just 7 years after he had last won it. He was the inaugural champion. Then CM Punk won it again. Then Bill Goldberg, then Brock Lesnar, then CM Punk. Then Bill Goldberg. It sounds like I'm a CM Punk mark, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. These changes here is because I let the AI decide the winner. So that sort of just happened. Then CM Punk won for the 8th time. AJ Styles, Brock Lesnar, Prince Devitt, Kevin Nash, who in this save died last month or 2 months ago. Then Drew Galloway won in 06. In 07, Brock Lesnar won for the 3rd time. Then CM Punk, then Chris Jericho, then CM Punk, then Drew Galloway again. Then Bryan Danielson, Drew Galloway's former tag team partner. They were teaming as the Chosen Dragons. They hold the longest tag team championship reign, if I'm not mistaken. And currently Brock Lesnar, who won it last night on our year-end show. Now, what do I have to say about the Women's Championship? There's been a lot of repeat champions, namely Chyna and Kana, who are each at 4 reigns. But I should note that the Women's Championship main evented a show all the way back in, let's see, back when I was doing monthly shows, so it's when I introduced UFC Japan. There we go. UFC Japan, Aja Kong and Manami Toyota main evented with a 90 rating in the Chigasaki vegetable market in the Kanto region. It was pretty huge because it was the first time that women main evented UFC event. It was the first time we were in Japan, so I had a lot of fun building up to that match. Then obviously our regionals, our regional events, you know, our Europe, our Japan, our Mexico, Australia, UK, and I believe that's all the regions. Mexico, Japan, yeah. Um, so yeah, then we move on to the tag team, and I know you guys see the Money in the Bank there. I'll get right to it in a bit. CM Punk and Chris Jericho are the current champions. They won it while they were feuding back in 2005 for the first time and lost it immediately to Bryan Danielson and Drew Galloway, the Chosen Dragons, who went on to keep the championships for a year and 4 months, I believe, which is pretty ridiculous. However, the most reigns belong to Charlie and Russ Haas, the Haas brothers, at 8 championship reigns. Bret and Owen Hart came back in 2008 for a bit of a nostalgia run when the Hart Foundation was inducted into our Hall of Fame officially. Uh, Other than that, they won it back in the 90s. Oh no, they didn't win it in the 90s. Yeah, they won it 2002, 2003. Yeah. Then the Intercontinental Championship, which was introduced back in the beginning of the company, features such champions as CM Punk, our longest reigning champion, with a reign that is 1 year and actually almost 2 years. It's 2 weeks shy of 2 years as champion. He was dethroned by Ultimo Dragon, who then lost it to William Regal. Then we went through a bit of a mess because the championship kept changing hands. Then it sort of settled with Eddie back in April. Then from November 06 to March 07, Prince Devitt had it. Then Nick Jackson had it. Then Kevin Steen, AJ Styles, Bill Goldberg, Bryan Danielson, AJ Styles again, Castagnoli, Kevin Steen, Bobby Roode, then Owen Hart because Bret Hart got injured during the nostalgia run, so I just had Owen win the Intercontinental Championship. Then accidentally lost it to Brian Christopher. I didn't mean to do that. That was fucking stupid. Then AJ Styles won it. Then Chris Hero, and Chris Hero lost it to Shinsuke Nakamura to unify these two championships. Whoever won got both. And for the Cruiserweight Championship, I know you guys already see. Basically, the Cruiserweight Championship is exactly what you see here. It's from very small to lightweight, which is, I believe, how everybody books a Cruiserweight Championship in TEW. If not, I could be wrong. You know, I could be wrong. And here we have the longest reigning Cruiserweight Champion of all time, Chris Jericho, with exactly 2 years to the day. He beat Jeff Hardy for it and lost it to Jushin Liger, who lost it to Shinsuke Nakamura back in 2005. He then lost it to El Generico, who lost it back to Nakamura, who immediately lost it to Eddie Guerrero. Then it went through Prince Devitt, Jericho, Generico, Danielson, Daniels, AJ Styles, Chris Jericho again, AJ Styles again, Chris Jericho again, Prince Devitt again, Eddie Guerrero again, Kenny Omega, who was champion for 2 weeks. He had a very brief run with it. Then for May, June, Nick Jackson was champion for a month and a half. He then lost it to Shinsuke Nakamura. Now for the Money in the Bank, it's exactly what you think. Here we are. Money in the Bank. They have 1 year to cash in their Money in the Bank contract. Owen Hart was the inaugural winner in 1999. Chris Jericho won it in 2000. Then CM Punk, then Adam Copeland, Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero, AJ Styles, Tyler Black, and Adam Copeland won it again in 07. Not all of these have been successful, however. Now, Hi Peggy! I'm gonna show you guys a result of all the pillaging I've been doing over the past 12 years that this save has been taking, because every time I buy a company out, I buy their championships to keep as mementos, as trophies. So here we are. We have 1 PW, 3 PW, BCW, which I don't think it is the Canadian one because the Canadian one is my developmental. Then we have ECW, FIP, ICW, not the one. Actually, yep, that's the yep, it's the one you're thinking of. The UK ICW Insane Championship Wrestling, IPWK, MLW. You would play now, of course. PPW, PWG, ROH, UFC. We had a heavyweight championship, by the way, that was discontinued. I forgot to mention that. CM Punk won it, then Brock Lesnar won it. Then I figured it's not a division that I'm really invested in. So I might as well just not really continue this. So CM Punk won and lost it that very night to Brock Lesnar, and I don't remember why. Maybe he got injured and I replaced him. Then we had the Pure Championship, the Women's Money in the Bank, which was discontinued because none of the women were over enough to actually make the cash in afterwards. Then we had a 1-year King of the Ring just because I bought out the WWE. Then we had the Tag Team Classic, which there we go. Now the toy's here. Fixed it. Then we had the Tag Team Classic, which basically meant whoever won the Tag Team Classic in October got the challenge for the Tag Team Championships. That is how CM Punk and Chris Jericho, who were randomly teamed up for the Classic, ended up winning the championships. They were feuding at the time, like I said. Beer Money won in 05, then Lesnar and Goldberg, the powerhouse team, won in 06. Goldberg, however, is injured at the moment with a broken neck, which is why Brock Lesnar lately is teamed up with Kurt Angle. We also have bought out UPW, WCW, and the one I'm the most proud of, the WWF. We bought it out. It's ours. Nobody else can have it but us. Look at this. All this history. Doesn't matter. It's all ours. Look at this. The Royal Rumble. Doesn't matter. It's ours. The women's, the TV championship that I believe the game created exactly. Was it a continuation of the... Yep, it was a continuation of the light heavyweight championship. They sort of just turned it into the TV championship. The women's championship. All of this is ours. So yeah, we did that. So let's get into let's tour this company. First of all, we are ranked number 1 and we have huge financial muscle power, even though we are running at a loss right now. And currently our stars are Brock Lesnar, CM Punk. You may notice that these pictures are not from the right era. The reason for that is I just wanted pictures that were better than the ones that came with the mod pack, because the ones that came with the mod pack were really, really bad. Buff Bagwell is here because I signed him to snipe him away from where was he? Because I've been sniping people from CMLL and AAA and NJPW. They're my company, my company's rivalry. I also sniped away Hiroshi Tanahashi. I didn't snipe him, they just didn't want him anymore, and I took him because he's good. Buff Bagwell, Drew Galloway is 4th, and then Bill Goldberg, who is out with an injury. Now, top 100 events, we have our tournament kickoff back in 07 for the King of the Ring, which rated at 100. Then we have UFC 88, UFC 120, UFC 90, UFC Canada, Canada 7, UFC Canada 9, UFC 92, UFC 116, UFC 87, UFC 70, and our top 100 matches. Look at it. How far down do the 100s go? They just go up to here, basically. So our last 100 rated match was Lesnar versus Punk. As you can see, CM Punk can pull off a lot of 100 rated matches, which is pretty incredible, and a lot of 99s. How far down do they go? Jesus. They go down all the way to 76, so over a third, no, over 2/3, over 3/4, that's the one, over 3/4 of our of our top 100 matches are rated 99, which is pretty ridiculous if you ask me. And our 100th best rated match is a 98, which is Punk versus Goldberg, which is pretty amazing. So yeah, what else should I? Oh, the Hall of Fame. Bret Hart was our first inductee, I believe. We also have Owen Hart in 06. Then in 07 we inducted William Regal and Jushin Liger, and in 08 we inducted the Hart Foundation as a team. And when Kevin Nash passed away, a former world champion, it was only right that we inducted him as well. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll be sure to answer them in the comments. I won't do another video on this until we reach 2018, until we surpass the actual real day that we're in. I'm not going to be doing a video on that. So yeah, I'll see you until then for this series. Obviously, the other ones will still continue. I'm rambling because I haven't slept and I'm very tired. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll be sure to reply to every single one of them. And I will see you in whatever I upload next.